What's up, guys? We've this week so far. Once again, brings our video up. But look at Argel tell. Probably said that wrong. I mean, wouldn't be the first time. um, so I mean, I don't know what to expect. I mean, I say about every video when it comes to like these individual characters, but I got an idea. He's probably gonna do something like effed up, something dumb, genocide maybe. Who knows? I mean, there's so many messed up people in Warhammer, which is good. It makes the lore good, but maybe there's someone good. Maybe for the first time in my Warhammer experience, it might be like an actually like semi decent person. Probably not going to be that though, because why would there be anyone good in Warhammer? That just doesn't fit it, you know. So not get my expectations up that much, but who knows? Maybe I'll be wrong. If you guys want to check the original video out, it'll always be in the description. I highly encourage you guys to look at it because without these content creators who make Warhammer content, I'd have no idea where to start, where to even crack the surface of the lore that's Warhammer. So without them, I would have no idea where to start. So please go to their channels, like their videos, subscribe to them. It would mean a lot to them as well as me. And also, if you guys enjoy my content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Let's get to it.
Medicaid warning. The views expressed in 5-ish minute lore, the lore delivered in rants, are sanctioned by their scholar Progenium as excess rageous. Prolonged exposure can result in loss of IQ, high blood pressure, random outbursts, and blunt force trauma to the skull, resulting in unconsciousness. Please consult your local physician for more information.
Captain of the Serrated Sons Chapter.
Hey, it looks
of the
normal.
Word Bearers, 7th Assault Company. Argel Tal.
The Wicked Sword.
A prime example of a man who is a terrible, horrible person.
All right, and he's no longer normal. 34 seconds in, guys, and he already flipped the script. Holy shit, what happened to my man? Yee.
But he is somehow still the most likable individual amongst all of his brethren. Truly an enigma.
Argel Tal's entire existence is difficult to explain. To put it bluntly, I'm gonna have to be excessively careful in the way I describe certain things because if you thought the Lilith video had a lot of lines that could be taken out of context, oh, you're in for a treat. Let me just throw out a single line that'll let you know what we're in for with this guy. He was recruited directly by Erebus.
Oh, shit.
Argel Tal was born unconscious, and Erebus wanted the young Argel to be a chaplain, just like him. But Argel had different plans. Upon rejecting Erebus and joining a battle company, he did very well at distinguishing himself. So much, though, that at some point he was elevated to the captaincy of the 7th Battle Company of the Serrated Sons chapter of the Word Bearers. That's right, Robote Gilliman. The chapter system was invented by fucking Lorgar. We really don't hear much about Argel Tal up until the point that Robote shows up on Monarchy and pulls a game workshop because on Macragge, Gilliman had copyrighted the word chapter for his book Codex Astartes and he was showing up with the Emperor to execute an NDA. Monarchy was promptly wiped off the face of the planet. But don't worry. Lorgar and his legion are about to be told they can definitely still work for the Imperium as long as they don't use any symbols, heraldry, names, places, rites, voxcast, or holoviz that depict the Emperor of Mankind as a god. No, I'm not bitter about the state of Warhammer 40k animations. Everyone knows what happened at Monarchia. While Argel Tal was standing around looking at the Ultramarines, we find out that frankly no one likes Corpharon, go figure. The shaming of Lorgar happens, and while Erebus is laughing evilly in the background, Argel Tal finds a woman who got her eyes nuked out named Cyrene. Cyrene, before the nuking of Monarchia, was known as a Shush Ashla, which roughly translates to respectable hooker. He brought her along because he felt obligated and he put her in the
I've never heard the word respectable next to hooker before. What the hell is the Warhammer verse, man? Is there anything good in this verse that is like like good? You know, it's so depressing.
quarters of the Day Profundus, the flagship of his
I love
fleet.
it though. I love
From
it.
that point onward, Cyrene would be there for him and the rest of the Serrated Sons to download all their insecurities onto. The good news was she wasn't rescued by the Emperor's children because at the end of the day, this story could turn rather awkward rather fast. So basically she was still a Shushul Ashana, but she went from sex therapist to therapist. Argel Tal also decided to make nice with some other new passengers who was sent by the Emperor, a few of the custodians. In particular, he decided to make friends with the Quilung. Aquilon was the leader of the Custodians, sent to make sure that Lorgar and his legion were being a bunch of good boys and not doing anything stupid. Yeah, that lasted all of 20 seconds.
I was gonna say 10
After
seconds.
conquering the world, the Custodians literally had every gun in the Legion pointed at them after Lorgar basically told them that they were biological waste and that he was gonna talk to his Legion alone, so they should fuck off. The Custodians didn't deem that worth reporting. Now, I'm not about to sit here and imply that Custodians were blind and stupid, because I would never say that about the greatest servants of the Emperor, but by the throne are they something that means blind and stupid. It was there that Lorgar hatched his master plot. That was all his idea, and had nothing to do with Erebus coming up with the plot, planning the plot, detailing the plot to him, and giving him the contingencies of the plot. Oh no, this was all Lorgar's idea. Fast forward, and Lorgar's chilling with Argel, and Argel's
Sorry about the guys. There's someone knocking at my door. My apologies. Let's continue.
fleet, and they just arrived on what will be Cadia. And lo and behold, Lorgar and Argel, as well as a bunch of other word bearers, are on their way to watch a Cadian hippie jam band. Now, everyone knows Cadia as an Imperial Fortress
Dude,
world, but
heresy.
this was before Corvus Corax wanted to show Lorgar why a flock of crows is called a murder. Now, at this point, life gets interesting, because for some reason, Argel Tall only really noticed things were getting weird was when he went to see Lorgar watching a woman act like she was getting taken to Pound Town by something invisible. So a space stripper. Also, it might have something to do with the blood sacrifices that were going on, but, who am I to judge?
What the hell?
Argel Tall couldn't believe what was going on, and neither could one of the custodians who just walked in. Alright, somebody explain this to me. Explain how the word bearers can be taken seriously as a legion when not one of them was sitting there looking outside of the tent. Everybody was just like watching what was going on inside the tent, so much so that a 12-foot tall, gleaming golden statue managed to just walk into where they were, 20 feet from their Primarch. Now, I will talk all the shit in the world about the word bearers, but I'm not going to say anything about this particular custodian who went by the name of Vendatha. I'm not going to say he was a moron, but by the throne, he was a word that means the same damn thing. So basically, Vendatha walks in to a who's who of the word bearers and finds them watching blood sacrifices and softcore porn and instantly calls Lorgar a traitor. He then pulls the equivalent of this.
You're all under arrest!
He then tells them if they try to pull their weapons, this goes from an arrest to an execution.
If you gotta be tough, you gotta be
Yeah.
tough.
Well, custodians are tough, but not tough enough to handle a room full of space marines. He got a sword through his mouth when Argel Tall from the trouble, and he was still alive. The space stripper started screeching that this event was ordained, and for some reason, even though everything was telling Argel Tall what he was witnessing was 9 to the 50th power completely fucked up, he just sat there and watched the custodian get impaled up the ass with a spear. Then, well,
shit.
the space stripper turned into a demon. At this point, I'm wondering if I'm watching the word bearers of the Emperor's children. The space stripper demon cut a deal that Argel Tall will be taken with a few friends into the Eye of Terror, and Lorgar actually asked if the space stripper demon would hurt them, and it said yes. And Lorgar agreed, because he's such a good guy. Argel Tall was tasked with delivering a lie to the rest of the custodians about how a bunch of tribal humans to whom the spear was high technology managed to kill a few word bearers and Vendatha himself. Now, I'm not gonna say the custodians must have been high to accept this story, but what the hell, you get it.
I am not fucking drunk.
Can you tell the time?
Yes. I am not fucking drunk.
So the space stripper demon named Ingathel takes Argel Tall into the Eye of Terror on a ship. Tells him in front of the crew that she's going to kill the crew, shows him an Eldar world getting murdered by the birth of the Sinesh, and then shows him how Lorgar and the other Primarchs were made, and no, it doesn't involve Big E showing Erda the Big D, which has strangely taken on a whole new meaning since I wrote this script initially. I love you, Rufa Alpha Butsa. Space Stripper Ingathel then lets Argel Tall know that he'll die sometime in the future under the shadow of Great Wings, and then drops another nugget of knowledge, which is something that shouldn't be that surprising considering what I've been saying so far. The 17th Legion, the Word Bearers, have a specific thing in their gene coding making them rabidly loyal to their Primarch. In short, the entirety of the 17th has daddy issues, and I mean extreme daddy issues. Pornhub levels of daddy issues.
Oh boy.
This is why Argel Tall and many of the more reasonable members of the Word Bearers have gone along with so much ridiculous crap and will continue to do so in the future. Argel Tall simply says, yes, Daddy, and does whatever Daddy Lorgar tells him to because he's literally programmed to. The entire reason the 17th is so unrelentingly in awe of Lorgar is all part of the damn plan. Basically, the Word Bearers are full of heavily muscled men who want to do whatever Daddy tells them to. My son, come watch this space trip with me and then beat up this guy and shove a spear up his ass. Okay, Daddy. Son, go into space with this weird creature that is promising to hurt you. Yes, Daddy. My son, you've got demons in you, but I want you to know that I'm proud of you. You handled it so well. Thank you, Daddy! Oh, by the throne, I am one more of those away from getting demonetized. Argel Tall then made the grand decision to destroy the Gellerfield on board the ship. True to her word, Ingathel massacred most of the crew and killed all of the Word Bearers, only to shove demons deep inside of them. At that point,
Oh my
Argel Tall was
gosh.
resurrected and uses the dead crew like beef jerky. After he gets back to real space, he goes and tells the truth about everything. But Daddy Lorgar is kind of worried that his boy is now so sassy with him. Argel Tall manages to hide the fact he's got demons inside of him from the custodians.
I cannot see, I'm legally blind. P.O.P. only died. Right, these all good pimps, boy, baby, for life.
Which, considering
What
the
is going
custodians
on?
attached to the Word Bearer seem to have the situational awareness of a can of tuna, it doesn't surprise me. Who did he tell? Cyrene. At the same time, he was promoted to chapter master, and I hear Gilman in the
Oh,
background
boy.
seething. You see, all the Space Marines who Daddy Lorgar are allowed to get demons inside them got a new name, the Gal Vorback. For over 40 years, he flies around with the custodians and they never once catch on to the fact that he's possessed. All the while he's grabbing up other Word Bearers and putting demons in them because
Oh
Daddy
my
said so.
gosh.
Finally, though, Isfahan was happening, and the demons that were in the Word Bearers Galvorback came to the forefront in blistering apparency. Argel Tall could actually go blow for blow against a custodian, which is no mean feat for an Astartes.
Wow.
Just to give you a little bit of context, the typical Custode could kill an Astartes in 3 hits from start to finish.
Oh.
So basically, the Custodes having any kind of problems whatsoever with a Space Marine would be like a Space Marine having problems with a baseline human wielding a stick. Suddenly, though, the Custodians, who were still on the ship, by the way, find out from a photograph that shit just got real and flat out murder Cyrene, which causes Argel Tall to murder them all back. At this point, Argel is starting to get along really well with his new friend in his head, the demon who was named Wrong. We next see our boy Argel being broached here with a swell guy named Karn before the betrayer was the betrayer, and I imagine their first meeting was something like this.
Oh, my dad is an idiot. Wait, you too?
That's all it takes, right?
Apparently, the two of them met and decided their dads were both dumbasses, and from that understanding came a bromance the likes of which was rarely seen. At this point, we must reintroduce Erasus, the fuckwitted
jeez.
shitgibbon himself who tells Argel his bro will get killed and then resurrects Cyrene to get Argel to trust him. Argel Tall was actually warned that Erasus would try something like this, but meh. Who cares about warnings? It's not like it's done him any good so far. So pretty much Argel Tall wipes himself out trying to keep Karn from getting shanked in the middle of a battle, and when Erasus comes up to supposedly give him 5,000 EXP for completing the Heresy side quest Save Your Bro,
XP.
the entire time Rom is screaming at him to kill Erebus, right up until the point where Erebus stabs Argel Tall in the spine. Erebus killed him because in the end, if Argel Tall lived, Karn would not have become the betrayer. He would not have fallen fully to the influence of Khorne. And from the perspective of Erebus, the entire war would be lost. So basically,
Wow.
Erebus betrayed the betrayer's friend to make the betrayer the betrayer. Because if he didn't betray the betrayer's friend would betray the betrayer's betraying future. So the betraying of the betrayer's friend ensured the betrayer would betray the traitors and become known as the betrayer. What the fuck did I just say? Before he died,
What the fuck did I
Argel
just
Tall
hear?
said that he was supposed to die in the shadow of Great Wings. Sure enough, he was in the shadow of the Imperial Aquila. Fuck Erebus!
Literally. What just happened? Ooh, that was like a mind trip. Oh, my brain. My brain. Yeah, so much happened. Especially in the last like minute. I don't know what to comment on this. You guys saw what I saw. Interesting, confusing. I mean, what part of Warhammer like lore isn't confusing, which makes it good. And I'm not complaining about the lore. I just like, I'm probably gonna watch this video back like 3 times while the video's uploading, honestly, because yeah, I'm gonna need some refresher here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, it'll be in the description. Please check it out. If you guys enjoyed the content, if you guys enjoyed this reaction, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.